we are so close to getting a cube that is around maybe $10 to $20 that is just as good as the $30, $40, $50, $60 ones that actually looks good and performs well, that it's just a matter of time before that bubble bursts, before the price bubble of something coming out and everyone has to drop down to meet that one. I feel like we're right at that edge, and I'm just sort of waiting for a company to do it. Hey, Sean here from SpeedQubeView.com. I would say the bubble burst. We have a bunch of cubes that are under $10 that are basically equal in performance to a $60 puzzle. You can get the exact same times with these. And I guess one thing I didn't expect is companies starting to move towards matte plastic for their higher end puzzles. I was expecting that to go away, although they have adjusted the matte plastic to be kind of grippy, and I'm starting to like it a little bit. But we are going to go over all of the puzzles now that are out, because there's quite a few other ones. And then I'm just going to be blunt and tell you which one you should get by the end, because I feel like there might actually be one, if you don't know what to get, that you should get. Now, before we get going, I found out something. I don't know when YouTube started doing this, but there's little badges for if you've been, I believe it's subscribed for a full year, or even top commenter. And I like sort of those award sort of things. But if you want to have one of those badges, you just got to be subscribed for a year or so. So if you're not subscribed, do it. That way you get that little badge on there. And then maybe you can get top commenter. I think the same guys had it for a while, so you got some competition there. So first, let's just talk about YJ. They have their Yulong V2M. And this is a nice puzzle. It is glossy. I've bought, 14, 16 of them because I'm starting to use them for multi-blind, although I'm not practicing multi-blind right now. But anyways, they work really well for that. None of them came lubricated, so they're really dry out of the box. And it took a lot of setup, but they are quite nice. They're a little bit clunky, I want to say. They feel like almost more of an old school puzzle that's kind of flexible, but they feel nice. They're just a little bit large. If you were looking for that mini size, this one is a little bit larger, but it does work well at corner cuts. Kind of stronger magnets than most of the other ones too, but a good puzzle. And one of the cheaper ones because it's around $8 instead of $10. Let's talk about the two from QiYi. We have the SM series, the Speed Cube magnetic ones, and the Thunderclap version 3. Now, a lot of people are talking about the SM ones as if, the Thunderclap shouldn't even be taken into consideration. But honestly, I would say if it's between these two, get the Thunderclap. The SM isn't bad. It's also kind of clunky like the Yulong was. It needs some lubrication, kind of strong-ish magnets. The Thunderclap version 3 feels more like a Volk Power. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller feeling, a little bit more compact. And if it was between those two, I would for sure be using this Thunderclap. It feels much more like a newer Speed Cube and not something that is, a little bit bulky in my opinion. The magnets are a little bit lighter in this Thunderclap, but it works really well. Yushin still has their Yulong V2M, and this has the tiles, so it looks like stickers, but they're actually embedded tiles. Now, this puzzle is really nice. It's kind of stable, very smooth out of the box. I think of all the ones that I've had to set up, this one I had to do the least amount of setup because it was already quite smooth. Magnets are light, but it works really well for that more stable design. I think if this was actually all stickerless, it would be much more common of a puzzle. I think people are not always as big of a fan of that look, but it does work really well. I actually got this for a friend who needed a Speed Cube and wanted something that he actually liked the look of the stickers, so this one was perfect for him. But if you want something that has that look, you can't beat it. The stickers aren't going to peel because there's no stickers actually on here. Okay, and then we have Moyu, and they have their, this is the MeiLong? Yes, the MeiLong, and now they have the magnetic version, which this one is magnetic. It's quite stable, and the magnets actually are quite strong in here. The other one that just recently came out was the MF3 RS3 2020 edition. Now, I don't know if they're actually calling it MF3 RS3 or just RS3. I mean, the MS stands for, wait, MF, yeah, Mofang for Mofang Jiaoshi. Mofang is just magic cube. So maybe it's just RS3 2020 edition. Now, I've already put my logo on here because I use this a lot. This one's also quite stable, like the MeiLong and like the QiYi. It has a little bit lighter magnets. The matte plastic feels slightly different. I don't know if it is or just the shape of the pieces make it feel like that, but it's got quite grippy quite fast. And it's very stable. I use this for Ru and CFOP and it works really well. Now, of all of these, they're all great choices. So there's not one that I would say is definitively better than the other one, but there's one puzzle that I would tell you to get. And it's this one, the MF3 2020 edition. There's two major reasons for that. The first one, it's the cheapest. Of all of these, this one is actually cheaper. It's like $7, I think, might be cheaper than that. Plus, if you use discount code SCR at checkout at Speedcube Shop, you'll save even more on it. But also, it has a dual tension adjustment system. So you have the blue plastic things in there to change the spring compression, which you would have on like the GTS3 or WRM. And it's the only one that has that. So none of these you can adjust the magnet strength. I'm not upset with any of the magnet strengths. The cubes that have stronger magnets are ones that are a little bit more flexible, so it works out. I'm not really going to talk about the Monster Go one because that's $20, so it doesn't really fit this. This one, the MF3, has a spring compression. It's quite grippy. It's the cheapest. It works well for CFOP and Ru, in my opinion. And I know other people that are actually switching it to their main puzzle. So if you're looking at, I don't know, let's say the WRM or the GTS3, you might like this one more and it's a lot cheaper. So I did this review differently. I didn't do it top down because if you want to see all the solves, check out the reviews of each puzzle. I do solves on all of them, but you're not really going to see a difference in performance so much. So I just want to do it this way to talk to you more directly on what each puzzle is like. And there is sort of a definitive winner if you don't know which one to get. And I'm only suggesting that one because of the tension system and of the price. Not really specifically because you'll get better times on one over the other. So this is my updated budget cube mega comparison. And, you know, I did it differently because I just want to talk to you directly about what the puzzles were like. And if you want to see solves, check that out in the description. You can see all of the individual reviews. So thank you very much. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, stop by speedqbview.com for more news and reviews.